So hi all, welcome to another lab session of PL-300. So the name of this lab session is Transform and Load Data with Power BI Desktop. In our previous lab session, we already saw how to prepare data with Power BI. Now we are going to load that data and use transformation principles inside that data. So for time purposes, to save time, I've already uh, downloaded the zip file. Okay, and let us see what this lab has to offer us. Okay, so I've already opened this starter sales analysis file, and inside this file we need to go ahead and open the Power Query editor. So we click on the transform data from here, and let's click on this transform data. It will open the Power Query editor. Let us maximize this. It's working a little slow. Okay, now let's select the dim employee query and let's rename this to salesperson. Salesperson. Okay, now after this it is telling us to go ahead and navigate to this particular column known as the salesperson flag and select true. Okay, so the way to navigate is go to choose columns and go to columns, and let us search for this sales person flag. Okay, let's click on this and let us filter this to true. Now this method is quite useful in case if there are multiple columns, right? Instead of scrolling here and navigating to that particular column, you can directly go to the manage columns and you can go to that particular column, right? So we can see that yes, our filtered row step has been applied. This is correct. Now to remove columns on the home ribbon tab, select manage columns and select the choose column icon. Okay, and we need to remove the rest of the columns and we only need to include these columns. So there are two ways of doing this. One is the way which they are suggesting, which is just suggesting it in the lab, and another way how we can do it is to go to the advanced editor and to use table.select columns function. Okay, you will see that once we incorporate this step, it will automatically add that particular step inside the advanced editor. Okay, so let us go ahead, let us click on manage columns, choose columns from here. Okay, and let's unselect this one and let's select only the columns which are shown here: employee key, employee national ID, first name, last name, title, and your email address, and let's hit on enter. Okay, so these are the columns that have been added. If you go ahead and open the advanced editor, you will see that this table.select columns, this particular query has been added here. Okay, so whatever steps that we perform here, right, it is shown here in the applied step. This applied step is nothing but the transformations, the queries that we are adding inside the advanced editor. Okay. So let us go ahead and let us create one single column. So they want us to merge the first name and the last name. Okay. So in order for us to merge the first name and the last name, we just select these two columns. Okay, and we can click on merge columns from here. In the separator, let's use space because we want to display that as first name space last name, and this will be merged. Let's click on OK, and you can just see that the column merge has incorporated both these names, first name and last name. Okay, and the new column name box replace the text with salesperson. So same thing over here. What they are trying to say is to replace this with salesperson. Rename this. To rename this employee national ID alternate key to employee ID. Okay, let's do that. So employee ID. You can do all these steps within the advanced editor as well using the table.rename column function. Okay, if I open the advanced editor, you will see that the table.rename columns function has been added and both these columns have been renamed here. Okay. You see, if I go to the advanced editor, okay, it is telling us to rename the email address column to UPN. Okay, so I can directly do it over here. Okay, so let me go ahead. Okay, and let me add it like this: email address, comma, the latest name, that is UPN, and let's hit on. You will see that the column UPN has been added. The email address column, it has now been replaced with UPN. Okay, so you can actually double click on this and change the name. But in case if there are many columns, you see here only the 5 columns are there, so you can do that, double click and just rename. But let's say if there are 100 columns, right? In those tables, you will not rename it 100 times. You will not go to that column and navigate and just rename it 100 times. Instead, you will make changes within the advanced editor. Okay, that becomes really very time efficient. So let us now move on to the next task, that is the dim employee sales territory. Let's click on this one and let's rename this to salesperson region. So salesperson region. To remove the last 2 columns, first select the dim employee column header while placing control. Okay, so we need to remove the last 2 columns. Okay, that's all that we need to do here. So let's just select this. Let's select this and remove other columns. Sorry, not remove other columns, remove columns. Yes. Now let us go to the product query. Product query is like the dim product. Okay, so let us go to the dim product and rename this to product query. Now we need to locate the finished good flag. Okay, so let us go to the manage columns, choose columns, go to columns, and finished goods flag. Let's go here. Let's filter this to true. Okay, and remove all the columns except the following, so only to include this one. So again, let's go to the manage columns, choose columns, and let's choose these particular columns. Okay, so what all columns? Product key is there, English product name is there, standard cost, color, and your dim product subcategory. Okay, now if we notice that the dim product subcategory has the value field in it. Okay, and if you can just see, there is an expander present over here. Okay, so what we can do, we can simply select this expand, and we want to choose the English product subcategory name and the dim product category from here. So let's click on this. Let's unselect this one, English product subcategory and the dim product category, and let's click on OK. Okay, after this, it is saying, you see what will exactly happen, that the original table will be gone and only the selected column, the columns that you have selected, only they will be added into this particular table. Okay, so here the dim product subcategory table, and that's what is mentioned over here. Okay, and notice that the transformation resulted in the addition of 2 columns and that the dim product subcategory column has been removed. Okay, expand the dim product category. Okay, and introduce only the English product category name. Okay, so this again has values filled in it. Okay, so let's select this one and let's select the English product category name. Okay, and let's click on OK. Rename the following 4 columns: English product name to product, standard cost to standard cost, okay, subcategory and category. So let's do it, English product name to product. So this over here will be product, then this is done, standard cost will have a space. This is also done. Then we have English product subcategory name, this one. So we will just select this one as subcategory. I'm sorry, this one is subcategory, and this one will be category. So we can verify that 6 columns 397 rows. Yes, it is there. Let us now go to the reseller, that is the DIN reseller, and let's rename this to the reseller column. Okay. Remove all the columns except the following. So again, let us do it. Let's go and let us choose these columns. So we have the reseller key, we have the business type, we have the reseller name, we have the dim geography over here. Let's select enter. Expand the dim geography to include only these three. So let us go ahead and let us select the city name, the state province name, the English country region name. So I have added these three. On the business type header, okay. So if you go to the business type column, right? Let's go to the business type column and let's select this. You will see that there are two values for warehouse, but we only want one value. So what we will do, we will replace this warehouse and only incorporate only one single value for warehouse. Okay. So let us go ahead and right click, replace values. Okay. And values to find, it will be where space house, and we need to replace this with warehouse, and let's click on OK. Now if I go ahead and select, you will see there is only one value. Okay, now rename the following four columns: business type to business type. Let's do that. After that, reseller name to reseller, reseller. Then state province name to state province. So we need to replace this and just mention state province, and the English country region name to country region. So this one to country region. Okay, so this is done. Now let us move to the region query. Okay, so the dim sales territory query, this one, and let's rename this as region. Okay, sorry, this one will be region. Apply the filter to sales territory column to remove the value 0. Sales territory alternate. Okay, so let us select this one and let us unselect this and let us click on OK. This will remove one row, that is true. Now we will remove all columns except the following. Okay, so now let us remove all the columns. So for that, again choose the columns. Okay, and from this we will select the sales territory, the sales territory region, the country, and the group, and let's click on enter. Now we need to rename the following three columns, right? The sales territory region to region. So this will be changed to region. Sales territory country to country. So let's replace this. And sales territory group to group. Okay. So now we can see that there are 4 columns and 10 rows. Now let us go to the sales query. It is the factory reseller sales. Let's rename this as the sales. Now remove all columns except the following. Again we go ahead to the choose columns and we select all the columns except all the columns that are specified here. So the order date, the product key, the reseller key, the employee key, the sales territory key, the order quantity, the unit price, the total product cost, and the sales amount, I guess, and the dim product. Now expand the dim product column and only select, so it has the values field. So let us go ahead and let us only include the standard cost. Okay. Now we go to the add columns and we need to create a custom column. Okay. So let us go ahead, open this. Okay. And let us copy this particular formula. It has added it here. It should have added it here. And this, let me rename this to cost. Okay. And let us click on OK. Okay. Uh, okay, I got it. Let's click on this. First we need to rename this, because you can just see that this is standard cost. So let us rename this. Okay. And order quantity is also there. Order quantity is okay, it's the same, so that is okay. Now we can go ahead and we can simply click on custom function. This renaming part was not mentioned, that's why the error came. Now we go ahead and we click on this. Now there will be no error. Yes. Okay. So this is simply saying that if the total product cost, if the total cost, if it is showing null in this field, then we simply multiply the order quantity into the standard cost. Else we only include whatever is present in the total product cost. That's it. Okay. Now this expression test if total product cost, this is the same thing that it's mentioned. Remove the following two columns, that it is a total product cost and the standard cost. So this column, total product cost, let us remove these two columns. Okay. And let us rename the following three columns: order quantity to quantity. So order quantity, this will be quantity. Unit price is there. Yes. Just need to add a space in between, and sales amount to sales only. Yes. And now it is saying to modify the column data type in the quantity section, just select this to whole number. Okay. So in the quantity, we just simply click on this. We can click on this one and we can select the whole number. So we are simply doing typecasting in this case. Okay. And modify the following three columns data type to fixed decimal numbers. Okay. This is fine. We can do this. Okay. So 10 columns, 999 plus rows, that is correct. Let us now move on to the reseller sales target, and let's rename this to targets. Okay, first let's rename this. Now you can see that there is an edit credential. Just click on this edit credentials and always select anonymous, click on connect, and this will pop up this table. Okay. Now it is telling us, if you can just see, there is M05, M06. It's starting from M01, M02 till M0, M112. Okay, all the values are mentioned over here for this particular column. Now what we can do, right? What we can do, we can replace these 10 columns and only use two columns. Okay. For us to do that, in that one column, the name of the column names will be mentioned with their respective values. It will be mentioned. So in order for us to do that, right, we simply need to select, pivot the rest of these columns. Okay. So we select this year column and the employee ID column. Okay. And we will pivot the columns. Okay. So let's click on pivot other columns. Sorry, unpivot other columns. Okay. And now you can see that the attributes are mentioned here with their respective values. Okay. So that is what is mentioned. Okay. Rename the following two columns. That is attribute to the month number. Just a moment. Okay. So this is the unpivot. Okay. and let's rename the following two columns attribute to month number. Okay, let's do that. Attribute to month number and value to target. To prepare the month number column, right click the month number column header and then select replace values, and we need to replace we need to in the replace value window, in the value to find box, enter m and leave the replace with empty. Okay, so let us select this, right click this, replace values, value to find, it is telling us to replace this with empty, so m will be replaced with empty, so we just need to simply remove the m. Click on OK. So month number has come over here. Okay. And it is telling us that on the add column ribbon tab, just from inside the general group find, notice that the first row is for the year 2017. Okay, so let's click on this one. First row is of the year. Okay, it is saying the column from the example icon. Just click on cancel. It is saying okay, columns from example icon. Okay, notice that the first row, okay, if in the column 1, in the column 1, for the comments, the entering 7/1/2017. Okay, so 7/1/2017, press enter. Okay, notice that the grid cells updated with the predicted values. Find the feature has accurately predicted that you are combining values from the year and month number columns. Okay, yeah, 2017 it is there, it is correct. To rename the new column, double click the merged column header and rename the column to target month. Okay, so let us click on OK, and this one will be replaced with target month. Remove the following columns, this and this. Modify the following column data, target as fixed decimal numbers. That is fine, we can do this as fixed decimal numbers, and target month as date. Oh wait, I removed the wrong column, I guess. Month number and year. Sorry, month number and year. I need to remove. Okay. Now it is saying target as fixed decimal numbers. Okay. Target as fixed decimal numbers and target month as date. As date. Okay. To multiply the target value by 1000, select the target column. Okay. And then on the transform from inside the number column group, select standard. So let's click on this one. Okay, let's click on the standard, multiply. Okay, and let's click the value as 1000. Okay, and let's click on OK. You will see that this value will be multiplied by 1000. So that's it. Verify that the column is 3 columns, and no, it's not. Yes, we made some issue there. Apply a filter to the value to remove. Okay, we missed this step. That's why. Okay, no issues. We just missed this fifth step. We just need to remove the hyphen values. Okay. But in an overall sense, you got the particular gist, right? How you have to execute this particular lab. Let's configure the color format query. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Select the color format query, and okay, so in this query we just need to use this first row as header. So in order for us to do it, we simply go to the home. Okay, and over here it's mentioned is use first row as header. We simply click on this one, and that's it. The first row has been used as a header. That's it. Let us go to the product query. Okay, and to merge the color format query, let us click on the combine. Okay, so we are going to merge this product query with the color format query. Okay, so let us click on the merge query. Okay, let's select the color. So let us first select this color format, color and color. Okay, and let's select this as organization both, and let's click on save. The default joining type is left outer join. That means all will be from first column, and only the common column between the two will be coming from the second column, second table. Okay, the step it's only mentioned over here. Privacy level is there. Okay, so expand the color format and include the following two columns. That is the background color format. Okay, so let's click on enter with this, and let's click on the expander. Unselect this. Let's click on the background color format and the font color format, and let's click on OK. So you can see that okay, there are 8 columns and 397 rows. This is fine. Let's go back to the color formats. Let's go to the properties, and let's unselect this, enable load to report. Now the reason why we are doing this, because this color format is already included in the product. We have merged this column, so we don't want this color format to create a separate table, and let's not load it into the semantic model, right? So let's just click on OK, and that's it. Now we can go ahead and we can simply close and apply it. All the changes that we have done, it is creating, it is loading into this particular data. Okay, one of the okay, errors in target. Okay, error is in target. Okay, there is some mismatch types, the targets. I guess it's that particular query where this has not matched 3 columns in 800. Yeah, because of this hyphen, I guess, which I missed to apply this filter. It's okay. So, so in an overall sense, you got an idea of how you can execute the labs. Okay. So if you really enjoyed this video, okay, then please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Okay. And in our next lab session, we are going to see the DAX queries. We are going to implement the DAX queries, and we will see how the different type of DAX functions we are going to see and how we can execute them. Okay, so thank you, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and please press the notification bell icon for further updates. Thank you.